So we saw we had a position open in the office to fill. We had to get somebody to pull applicants into the door. And we were trying to figure out what's the best way to pull the applicants into the door. So we put an ad in the newspaper out, and we only had one person show up for the interview. And it was this dude called the Fan Man.
When I first met the Fan Man, when he was at his interview, I didn't know if I liked him at first. He was crazy, obnoxious, and he didn't seem to listen much.
When the Fan Man first came in, he sort of impressed me because he already had an Integrity Staffing logo on his shirt, so I could tell that he was super interested in the job. And the interview, it went very, very well. He answered all the questions just exactly how I would have wanted to hear them, and he had a good interview, so I hired him on the spot.
After I saw how the Fan Man worked, he inspired me. You know, he was on time to work, he was usually 30 minutes early, already out doing his job. Rain, snow, shine, you know, 100-degree heat, he was there. And so he really inspired me, and I thought I had to do something for him. So I made a statue. I built a statue of Legos for him. It took me months contemplating how to build it, but I came up with this. I had him stand in front of me while I constructed this magnificent statue of him. I wanted to make sure that every piece was put in place to make sure it represented him in the way he works and the way he inspired me.
So there's been several times when the Fan Man just doesn't seem to want to keep good personal hygiene. And so I've had to counsel him several times on personal hygiene and keeping clean. And one time he came over to my house. He ended up passing out like normal on my couch, and I threw him in the bathtub and made him take a bubble bath to take care of that. Because he just doesn't like to take showers or baths. He likes to get dirty and drunk. But you know, he does attract many applicants. He does a great job.
The first time I took the Fan Man to my mom's house, he didn't make a good first impression. He got wasted that night, and he puked all over her living room floor. She was pissed. Yeah, ever since then she thought he was a bad influence, and she really didn't want him back. But he's still been back a few times since then. He's
pretty cool to hang out with. He definitely likes to drink, and he likes to drink a lot. And he actually gets pretty wasted on a regular basis every night, and I'm always afraid he's not going to make it into work, but usually he does. Every time he's passed out at my place, it usually takes me a couple of times to wake him up, because he's pretty lazy. But once you get him going, I mean, he rocks it out. He doesn't go back down until the end of the day, or he passes out from drinking too much. So there was one morning that Todd got here, and it was 8 o'clock, and Fan Man wasn't here.
I knew he'd been partying that night before. I mean, that's what he always did. He partied.
Todd came in and was pretty pissed off that the Fan Man wasn't out front, and was questioning where he was at. So Brett sort of distracted him, which allowed me to go outside in my car and take off. Todd,
he called and asked if everything was working, everything was going fine, and you know, I lied and I said, yeah, everything's going just fine. But you know, the Fan Man wasn't there. Things were going crazy in here. We weren't getting enough people, so Dave went out looking for him. So I drove around to see if I could figure out where he was at, so we wouldn't get in trouble. And on my way back to work, I did see that he must have passed out while he was walking to work that night, because he was passed out just like a quarter of a mile down the street. Dave pulled up and found him on the side of the road. We threw him out, and he got right to work. So I swooped him up, and I plugged him back in out in front of the office. Just in time when Todd looked back out the window, he was already flying around and moving his arms and stuff, and Todd was cool. Brett had that end covered, you know, disaster diverted actually, and Fan Man got to keep his job.